Good morning, Ruby Lane Dolls and Ruby Lane. We are here live at the Grovian Doll Museum and the Carmel Doll Shop here in Pacific Grove, California. We hope you've been enjoying Doll Week so far. It's been absolutely amazing. We are here this morning with Michael Canadas, and he is going to give us a wonderful seminar on Etrennes, and it's called The Art of Giving. Michael, can you tell us, our viewers, what an Etrennes is?
Well, in France, Christmas, going back 100 years ago, Christmas is a religious holiday. It wasn't necessarily the holiday that you gave gifts and toys to children. When you gave a gift to a child, it would be at New Year's. It would be part of the New Year's celebration. And it's still today going like that. But what happened is a lot of the department stores and shops started to create catalogs for Etrennes. So here is a reproduction of an Etrennes catalog. And you can see that basically an Etrennes is a lovely gift with a presentation. And what is very interesting about these catalogs is when you look at them, you realize that every item you see, like this is the Louvre department store, there had to be literally hundreds and hundreds of them. So, you know, now today, France has become kind of slightly Americanized, and so the gift giving starts at Christmas. But we're going to step back in time and look at, these are classic Etrennes pieces. And one thing about Etrennes, it usually has to do a child's gift, say a box set. This is something that you would find in an Etrennes catalog. So here we have an all-bisque doll that was packaged and printemps with its original clothing and all the little accessories. And this was just a very classic French piece. So these do survive, but think about it, in the 1890s, 1880s, 1890s, a little child would just pull all those things right out and play with them.
Exactly. You said in the catalog there had to have been hundreds, but
hundreds.
There are not anymore.
No. And like a perfect example of that is this poodle ball toss with the monkey. And these were commonly found in Etrennes catalogs. Every season had a ball toss because it was, you know, for boys to play with. But think about it, this is all paper mache, and you have to throw this ball and hit the target. I mean, they got beat up left and right.
Exactly.
So this may be the only survivor of all of those pieces.
That is absolutely amazing. Again, we are here live at the Carmel Doll Shop right now with Michael Canadas, and we are having a seminar on Etrennes. If you are interested and this is speaking to your heart, share this video to get more doll people in on the action.
And then one thing that's very interesting about these catalogs, which the Grovian has really a lot of original Etrennes catalogs from 1865 to about 1938. And we kind of stop in 1938 because that's when you see a seismic change in French toys, because the wonderful world of Disney popped into their world. So it changes and it's not as interesting to us. But the one thing you can learn about an Etrennes catalog is pricing and what was available. And then there were a lot of toys that were classic for, you know, the whole, you know, almost 100 years. But also with pricing, you learn things like, for instance, here we have a fully deluxe dressed jumeau with all the bells and whistles, everything that you would want on a jumeau, that you would want it to be. But what's very interesting is price-wise, this horse toy costs more than this doll.
Amazing.
But here's the interesting thing. Of course, that today does not have the value that this doll does, but that is rare to find. Mm-hmm. In our career, we've had lots of beautiful jumeau dolls. This little horse gizmo, we've only had 2 of those ever.
We've had
And both I felt really, really fortunate to
this
have.
horse is incredible. I can't wait to hear about that. We've had several people comment to say, how can they get one of these catalogs so they can study? Can we?
Well, you could go to our like
Yeah.
for instance, this is available on our website. So you can go to this and it
That's
starts.
the CarmelDollShop.com.
Yep. And you go into the paper goods.
Okay.
And it's available and it's really
Wonderful.
I mean, it has, tea sets and military toys for boys, doll furniture, train sets, everything you can think of that would be gift. But when I really think of Etrennes, I think of presentation, things that are in boxes. Like this is a fabulous set of,
Look at
china
that.
for a dinner set. And by the way, how you know the difference between a dinner set and a luncheon set is a dinner set does not have coffee cups. So this is a dinner set. And I mean, think of how beautiful this was to receive this at New Year's, at a New Year's celebration. And of course, in the 19th century, up until the mid 20th century, children had to learn to sit properly at a table, use the proper forks, and learn to set tables. Now we've kind of lost that.
But it's just incredible.
And then these are kind of wonderful pieces too, because during the Great War, they were still doing Etrennes catalogs because life goes on. So we have a World War I Boy Scout. The French had their version of the Boy Scout. And then we have a World War I officer. And you can see that they almost have an impressionistic quality to the painting. And these did not survive because they were, delicate materials that could be easily, if they got wet or broken, lost. So they are precious. I should show you this. If you had a Bébé Chameau, a little Bébé Chameau.
Oh, we're going to pull back for this one.
And then, she needed some
Look at that.
furniture. This is part of the some of the things on this table are from the Grovian collection, and some are in the Carmel Doll Shop inventory. But here's just a wonderful thing to think that survived in its box, and that you can look at it in a trend catalog just exactly the way it was.
It is absolutely a way for us to time travel.
It really is. It really is. One thing that we've done is, I know there's a lot of clubs that need to have programs. And one program that we've done here with our club of 26 years, is we set up 4 tables blank, give the members an Etrennes catalog, and then we go on a scavenger hunt. And they pull together things that would be, and it's really a fascinating program because it can be just about anything you can think of, but we try to think of, something with presentation and gift orientated.
That sounds wonderful.
And then here, it's hard to believe world without television and the wonder, but here we have a piece that, again, it's in a trend, but this was where you used light and you created these light shows. And it really is an amazing piece. And this was a gift to the museum from Julie Blewis, who's probably one of the people watching this program, or should. But she knows that we love things with a chinoiserie feeling to it and the chinoiserie style. And you can look at this as it's basically a peep show. And it's in the chinoiserie taste. Remember, the average French illustrator probably never saw a Chinese person or a Japanese person. So if you look at it, they don't actually know how to costume them. They do it in the chinoiserie style. And then little animals. We always had your dogs, your sheep, your lambs in an Etrennes catalog. So this is a typical little German lamb, but they were marketed in France and sold.
Is it a candy container?
No, it's a little pull toy. You just pull it along.
Look how fun.
And once upon a time it did a bah. But so you always find that kind of thing. And this little piece, which is this big This is the Grovian's, I think, largest brew that we have. But, you know, you can see a little boy or girl, probably a three or 4-year-old. They just put that on and they trot out. And,
this is just amazing.
Yeah, it is a really...
And putting the brew in it, just fabulous.
Yeah, it made her, you know, she's...
It fits her like a glove.
Yeah, it does. And she's one of our very serious brews. So she takes her equestrian endeavors seriously.
Just her bonnet. So an Etrennes isn't just a box full of things.
No, it literally means a gift. So, I mean, an Etrennes could be a sack full of candies. It can be many things. And I mean, there is in France a protocol of how you give a gift and when you give a gift. That's why they're still famous today for, like, for instance, La Durée in Paris has, and I think there's some shops now in America too, that they have, yes, they have wonderful things that they're famous for their macaroons.
Right.
But they're more famous for their packaging than anything.
Right.
I mean, you can't help
the
but
experience.
watch the packaging.
Yes,
So,
it's the La Durée
I mean, that's
experience.
the story of...
We're going to pan back so people can see this wonderful
This really
display.
could have been a massive exhibit, because this could be toy stoves, this could go through all kinds of things. And if you just look at the cover of this book, this kind of says it all. You've got, a bébé, and a bébé could be, this is a really fancy one, which they sold. And then you'd also have your dolls and chemises, which would have been a little less expensive. So, I mean, I think that it's really a wonderful thing to study this. And, you could spend your whole lifetime collecting these incredible things, and you could never ever have it all. It's just so enormous. But this really helps, maybe an Etrennes was just a new dress for your doll. I mean, there's in the 19th century, just before Christmas, dolls went away, and then they came back, refurbished, redressed. That was a really wonderful part of, you didn't get a new doll every year, but you might get a new dress. So it could just be really anything you can think of could be an Etrennes. But I always think of it really as things in the original boxes and packaging and that kind of thing.
Packaging is absolutely wonderful. This tea set is fantastic. Are those the original loaves of bread in there?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're made out of a composition, and the original food is still there. Everything is still intact. I've got to go and I pull some dishes down because we got that little thing called gravity, and but it is amazing that these things were preserved. It's not a lot of them, but there's enough to give us a really great indication of what was available.
Peek into the past. It's so fantastic. It reminds me of when I was flying out here and I was looking in that airplane catalog of what I should order people for the holidays.
I mean, when we were all, well, you're not the same age group as I am, but when I was growing up, you got the Sears and Roebuck catalog, and you sat and you circled the things that you wanted, and I could circle 100 things, and that I still only got one.
So would you say for the most part that these gifts were marketed majority to children?
Yes, because the catalogs, the original, this is a reprint, the original catalogs had beautiful illustrations, and it was always marketed towards children. So that, yeah, absolutely.
Wow. If you guys are tuning in, we are here live with Michael Canadas. We are at the Carmel Doll Shop, and we are having a wonderful seminar on the art of giving. We are learning about Etrennes. We see a lot of you have already shared and liked the video. Please keep doing it. Today we have a lot in store. Michael, can you tell our viewers what they can look forward to?
Well, a little later today, the next seminar is going to be on paper maches, dolls, and that's going to be by Chris Collins Madrid. And then I think later this afternoon, we're going to have Daisy,
which we are so excited about.
Letty Lane's Daisy from Ladies Home Journal. So we're going to have that and
some more surprises.
Some more surprises. I mean, we can, you know, we have the technology to do what anybody wants.
That's right. We're going to just do a quick pan right here so you guys can see we have the technology. We are here. If there is something you have been itching to learn about and share that you would like to see, let us know. Comment on one of our videos. Send us a message. Whatever your heart desires, it's here at the Carmel Doll Shop and the Grovian Museum in Pacific Grove, California. We are on day 3 of Doll Week, and we are bringing you the art and the love of dolls. We will see you in a minute.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.